Hi there, well it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm still in Braunston. I've been here 2 nights. Been shuffling cars yesterday and we got here the day before. It's very hot already at 8 o'clock. As you can see, there's quite a few boats moving around in the background. All moving up to the lock, I hope. So I'm going to get moving and go up the lock flight today. That's my aim for today. And then through the tunnel, which will be nice and cool, and then I'm going to moor up on the other side in the wilderness somewhere and have a quiet night, boat tidying and stuff, sit out the hottest part of the day. Anyone with any brains is moving now before it gets too hot. And that's what I'm about to do. Yes, so last night I was moored up by the old toll house just by Braunston Marina, which is where I've left the van, and cruising along with the canopy up, hopefully with these higher, bigger bridges for a wide canal, will allow me to keep the sun off me for a bit longer this morning. Just passing the lovely cafe boat and the Horsley Ironworks bridge into Braunston Marina, which has got everything you can need: diesel, pump out, Elsan rubbish, parking, chandlery, washing machines, the lot. There's a nice little sea otter. Another reason for moving every day is that the boat generates its hot water off the engine when you're not in the marina with mains power, because there is an immersion heater in the tank. So if you move every day and you warm up your hot water, then you don't have to sit and run the engine to do it, which is kind of wasteful. It also tops up the batteries, but we've got solar to help with that as well. I don't know if you can see through the bridge, but there's 3 boats moving ahead now of me, so a bit of a queue building up for the locks. Maybe I should have tied up until 10, waited and then moved on. Look at this magnificent thing, adamant. You might have thought that was a steamboat with a chimney that size. She could well be a steamboat. Very old by the look of her, with her plate riveted hull. Magnificent thing. So these good folks have let me tie up against their boat here, and we're at the bottom of the flight waiting for the CRT people to come along and open the flight. And over there on the right hand side you'll see a lovely engine house, which obviously was used to pump water up the canal, up to the top of the locks to keep the top in the water. And here on the other side of the canal, which is the north side, you can see Braunston Boats Limited, who do blacking and various different kinds of work, and they've got a lot of very old boats here. This is a very old working boat, Grand Union Butty here, you can see from her tiller, she's a Butty. And yeah, nice to see the canal side wharfs that used to belong to British Waterways still being used for boat activities. Well, we've managed to fit 3 in the lock. I don't think the guy in front of me is very impressed, but we have. So it saves water. It saves water. Well, we're now in a very slow procession up to the next lock. Well, now we're 2 locks up the Braunston Flight, and with all the traffic coming down, it's been quite easy, and the lockkeeper as well. It's actually been fairly easy. We've made this without too much trouble. Steady does it. There's only 5 or 6 locks in the flight, so I'm nearly halfway up already. Well, we're now halfway up the flight. That's 3 locks. Getting on with it. It's getting very hot now. Very hot indeed. Yeah, we've now got lots of boats coming down and lots of boats going up, so all the locks are set ready for boats going each way really, which is quite handy. There's now a fair lot of traffic coming through the locks. A lot of boats want to come down, and there's quite a lot of boats coming up behind us, and it must be the best part of 10 o'clock now. It's 5 to 10. Thank you, 5 to 10. So yeah, a lot of people moving before the hottest part of the day. Hope you can see that in the glare. Just coming under bridge number 5. and into the last lock on the Braunston Flight, Top Lock Cottage there on the right. So here we are, we've done it, the Braunston Flight, and next it's the tunnel. Right, just done a bit of preparation for the Braunston Tunnel, and the deal with tunnels is this: all your lights on inside, check. Canopy down because you don't want it snagging on the tunnel walls. A cup of coffee on ready for you, a jacket to hand, and go through it as quick as you can, really. That's my deal with tunnels, so I better get going before these boats come up the lock behind me. The most important thing to remember is to turn the light on the rudder indicator, because the one time I didn't and I was fumbling around for the switches, I pressed set and I ended up resetting the rudder indicator, and then I had no idea where the rudder was, because with the steering wheel you've got hydraulic steering and no feel of where the rudder is at all without this. So I ended up crashing down both walls of the tunnel all the way down, and when I came out the other side I vowed never to forget to turn the light on this indicator before going into the tunnel, or have my finger on it as I go in. So these days I also carry a torch up on the deck here to make sure I can show my presence if something goes wrong to other boats coming. Maybe the bulb will go in the tunnel light or something like that, so you should be prepared with a torch as well. There's a lot of water trickling down this bank and under the towpath, and I have a nasty suspicion that with the rain we had the other night, the thunderstorms, that the tunnel's going to be quite wet. So I'm going to put my big wide brimmed hat on and just hope I don't get soaked, and have a jacket handy as well, because it gets quite chilly in the tunnel. It's always about 4 degrees in the tunnel. Just come past the sign that says turn on your boat light, extinguish all naked flames, remain inside the boat profile, and all of that. And here it is, the Braunston Tunnel. It'll tell us how long it is when we get there as well. I don't know if you can see that a long way off, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, but that looks like a boat light. So it's the West Portal. It's 1,873 metres long, about a mile, two-way traffic, and wide beams have to book a passage, and it takes 20 minutes to get through, they say. So here we go. And off come my sunglasses. Don't think I'll be needing them anymore. Don't forget to light up your display. There we go. Tunnel lights on, nav lights on. Let's do this. Oh, it's lovely and cool in here. Boat we're coming up to passing. Get right the way over to the right hand side. They've stopped by the look of them. Just nice as he does it. A little bit of a kink here in the tunnel. See now, behind us, the other boat disappearing into the opening. Above the boat you can see one of the vent holes for the tunnel, and sadly these often have water running through them and you get dripped on. So this one looks quite dry at the moment, it's not pouring through anyway. Let's get on with it. Through this and get moored up on the other side. So these are 275, this is the meters marks. Well, this tunnel's fairly straight, unlike some of them. The next one on the Grand Union, which is the Lisbeth tunnel, has a big kink in the middle where the engineers got their calculations wrong and ended up not meeting when they dug from each end. But this one's fairly straight, and that little dots that you can see in the middle of the screen is the actual light at the far end of the tunnel. So, and it's getting bigger, which is nice. There's a boat behind me now coming in, so I really need to crack on because I don't want to hold them up. And I can't see any boats coming the other way. There's no spotlights, so it looks like it's clear all the way through, apart from the boats in front of me that haven't gone all the way through the tunnel yet. But by the time I get to the end, they'll be through, I'm sure. Oh, here we go. This bit's cement lined. It's a little bit different from the brick we were going through before. Obviously, there were some repairs required there to the old brickwork. But what a testament to the engineers of 200 years ago who built these tunnels through the hills with nothing more than picks and shovels and bits of wood to prop the tunnel sides up. Really quite incredible work, and then to make it hold water as well. Amazing. Just past the sign that says, here we go, equal distance either way. So we've just got to the middle of the tunnel and did quite well, I think. The tunnel does have some slight wiggles to it. I think they're more due to geological shifts than anything else. Maybe, I don't know. Could be they found a lump of rock that they couldn't dig through. They just wiggled the tunnel slightly to accommodate it. But you can see the light there, if I turn around without crashing, is very similar to the size of the light behind us. I don't know if you can see that. One really handy thing I've got is these deck lights from Lidl. They were about £8. And they run on AAA batteries. I use rechargeables because I do get through them. And they have infrared sensors on them, so when you climb up on deck in the middle of the night, these will switch on. You can also switch them on all the time or turn them off. They don't make this particular model anymore. They make one that's slightly different, which doesn't have the infrared sensor on, which to me is pretty useless. So I think these are great. I bought 4 of them, luckily, so if any of these get broken, I've got spares tucked away. But they're really good. They just double-sided sticky on a backing plate, and they light the deck up when you climb up on deck at night, or come in from outside. Well, we're nearly out of the tunnel, only about 400 metres to go now. It's actually been quite warm in here, surprisingly warm. Normally it's quite chilly in these tunnels, even in the summer, but it's so hot outside that I'd say it was probably about 18 to 20 degrees in the tunnel. It's been really lovely and cool. I'm dreading going back out into that heat, but can't be helped. You can't stay in the tunnel all day, much as you might want to in the hot weather. So we'll be out and roasting, and as soon as I can find somewhere to moor up under a tree in the shade, that is what I'm going to do, because going along in this heat is insane. It's been dry coming through, but now I can see there's a drip coming from the ceiling here, so I'm going to get a little bit dripped on. There it goes. Drip, drip, drip. Just avoided that on me personally. And yeah, we've come out of the tunnel, which is great. Into the heat again. And I'm going to decide what to do once I'm out, whether I should carry on and see if I can get up to Watford Locks or not. I'm not sure. Right, goodbye Braunston Tunnel. The big merit of mooring up here, of course, is that you're under the trees in the shade. We're in a deep cutting still, and we'd definitely be cooler here if we stay now than if we carried on. The problem is going back and getting the car. Where can I leave the boat when I have to go back to Bournemouth, etc. Right, well for me that's it for today. It's about 11:30. It's really hot out. It's probably about 27, 28 degrees already. They say it's going to be 37 to 39 in parts of the country today. I'm moored up, as you can see, in a cutting with lots of trees. The sun isn't too strong. And we've just come out of the Braunston Tunnel, heading, well, we were going to be heading north up to Watford Locks. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to wait until it's cooler tomorrow for that, because I think it's crazy to be going along in the heat today, and I've got a lot of video editing to catch up on, which is what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get in the boat and get cracking with my videos and get up to date with those, and drink lots of tea and water and stay nice and cool.